All right, so I'm at a friend's house. She's away, so I'm gonna paint this kitchen for her. I already did the ceiling twice, did the walls once. What I do is I get this Promar 200 flat white paint, not the Promar 200 flat ceiling white paint. I don't get that. I just get this. See it? Promar 200 flat white. I hit the ceilings once, I hit the walls once for primer, and then I hit the ceiling a second time and it's done. It's beautiful. So the walls are primed. Now I'm ready for finish. So here's the can, here's the color. So basically you need a 5-gallon bucket. You need a good bucket, a Sherwin-Williams bucket or a Home Depot bucket. Don't buy a Lowe's bucket. The blue Lowe's bucket, it goes down to like a cone and the roller won't fit. It fits to like here. That's it. So you need like 4 gallons just to get 1 gallon. Doesn't make any sense. So you got to make sure it's a good bucket, wide on the bottom. You leave yourself about a couple of inches in the can. You dump the rest in here. You need a 5-gallon bucket. I see a lot of people using a pan or they paint out of this with a full gallon. You're gonna need the bucket to put the paint and then cover it. If you don't cover it, it's gonna skin over. All right, let's get it. First thing we gotta do is cut this in. Let me shut up and get something done. So this color here, I think it's called Aristocratic Peach. She wants to do a continuation here. She wants to consider this the continuation of the hallway and the living room. So I just have to paint to about here. So tomorrow I can get this color and do a straight line up and a straight line up over there. So let's get it. Always cut in first. Put your can on the ladder, whatever you gotta do. All right, so you notice I wiped this side. This is an angle sash brush. So I'm gonna be cutting this way. So the edge I wanna cut and don't want paint is the side I wipe. So let's make sure I'm over far enough. And you're gonna catch it and go. And it's okay if you don't get it 100%, as long as you're within like 1/8 of an inch, because then the second coat you'll get it. It'll be easier, because right now you're dragging on flat paint. It's a little bit of a struggle on the brush. But the second time you'll be going over this satin and it'll just glide like butter. Catch it and go. No masking tape. We're not wrecking the job. Get as close as you can without getting it on the ceiling. You gotta fan it out too. You don't want to leave any heavies, no runs, no drips, no errors, none of that. I see other guys doing videos showing you how to paint. They got a little tiny roller and they're up doing this. You don't need all that. Just stop it. If you fan it out nice, you don't need that. See how I fan it out and I bring it down. I'll still get as close as possible as I can with the roller just to cover up any brush marks. But it's good to come down lower so you know you got good coverage. Had to do a lot of prep work on this job. The walls were horrifying from the last 2 painters since the 80s. Left big, huge runs and drips. You have to sand them for days. Try to keep paint off your handle, because if you do, you keep it off your hands. Because if you get it on your hands, the brush is going to be slippery and you're not going to be getting nothing done. You're going to be worried about dropping the brush. So the same thing. It's an angle brush. So the side I don't want paint, that's the side I wipe. I mean, I worked with a lot of painters over the years, and everybody has their own technique. I'm not telling you have to do what I do, but I'm just giving you some tips how I've been doing it for years for big companies. See, in order to do straight lines like this, you need a nice straight corner. Sometimes you're not going to have that. You're going to be painting plaster and it's a mess. So one little tip I can give you is latex caulk. Just shoot a bead and make it nice and straight. Maybe if I get another job with that, I'll do it and show you. Get as close as you can without hitting the ceiling. You see that little spot of white? I can hit it now, or I could just wait for the second coat. See, it's still there a little bit. I don't know if the camera picks that up. But the better you get this, the better the job's gonna look. Don't worry about tape. I couldn't use tape anyway. This is all fresh. I just did this yesterday and today, so the tape will peel the fresh paint right off the wall. Alright, I think I'm done with the big ladder. I could probably use that stool now. Out of the way. Let's see if we can use this. Oh dear, Jamie can't reach. Still need the other ladder. That's better. Catch it and go. This seems to be pretty good paint. I don't usually use emerald. I usually use the Promar 200, but she wanted satin, and they don't have Promar 200 satin. You gotta get emerald or duration. See, you're not doing this with a cheap brush. It's not happening. There's a reason why these brushes cost a lot. See, back in the day, we would clean them after every job and use them 30, 40 jobs. Now you can still clean them, but you might only get 3 because the paint starts building in here and it dries up, and the brush is shot. Once it's stiff, it's shot. First coat over primer is always going to be the toughest because you're going over the dry, sticky primer, flat paint. So it doesn't flow as nice, but the second coat will glide like butter. But it's always good to get it as close as possible the first time. Put it in there yet. Yeah, unfortunately the last guy got yellow paint all over the cabinets, so of course I'll get blamed for it. Jamie got paint on the cabinets. No, I didn't. That's old. As you can see, it's white primer back there. Alright, I got the room all cut in. The bottom, everywhere, the window. Now it's time to do the rolling. I don't want to use a 9-inch roller up there or down here, the small areas. So I just use these little guys. Just to hit that up real quick. Need my little roller rake. All right, let's get it. Get as close as you can get without hitting. Make sure you don't have any holidays, any missed spots. Make sure you don't leave any heavies. I know it's hard to see with this head mount. Eventually I got to get one of those body mounts or chest mount, whatever it is. But you get the idea. All right, let's roll this bad boy out. Got my white dove, purdy white dove. Let's get it. It's late, it's dark out, but gotta get it done. Bam. Here's why the bucket. You need a pole. This one's adjustable. Had this since '02. Let's get it. Get it on the wall, and then go back with a light touch, smooth it out. Very simple. Don't want to leave no heavies, no lines. Just want to fade it out. So to do this here, with that color, I'm not going to be able to tape this. So I'm going to have to do a level pencil line and cut that bad boy in. I'm definitely going to have to video that. That's going to be a circus. It's going to test my ability. It's okay to go over it 2, 3, 4 times. As long as you hit it with a light touch, you're smoothing it out. I'm trying not to leave heavies. And roller lines, we're trying to avoid roller lines you get from the ends. Nice light touch. And if you want a professional job, you have to first coat it with primer or flat paint like I do, and 2 coats of finish at least. So yes, I'm gonna have to go somewhere for an hour and a half, and I'm gonna come back and try to do another coat, do the cutting in. Paint dries pretty fast. Nice light touch. Go back over it again. No pressure. Catch all your runs and heavies. course, there's an air conditioning duct right there blowing my tarp. Yeah, these White Dove roller covers work pretty good. Nice light touch on the way back. No pressure. And don't hit the ceiling. That's already done. Yeah, if you're using a pan, oh dear. I mean, I got 3/4 of a gallon in there. I could put 2 or 3 gallons if I wanted, but I don't need that much for this job. Isn't this much easier doing it this way than with a pan? I mean, if you're painting a door or something, you got a small roller, I would use a pan, but this is the best way to go. I didn't paint the outlets. You're not supposed to paint the outlets. But even if I do, it doesn't matter because I bought brand new ones. I'm replacing them too. Can't leave that old school stuff in there. Not me anyway. Now the light touch. Just got that little guy up there. Got to get some of the paint off. This way you don't leave heavies on this corner here. Nice light touch. Should be one more dunk. And that's it. First coat. First coat over flat, over primer. Now I gotta do another coat once this dries. And then I just gotta paint this white trim underneath. This white windowsill. And this little tiny piece of baseboard down there, because that's considered the kitchen. That little guy.